Cromer, owner of C2 Consulting and Truckstock, and this is a quick demonstration of the key components of the Truckstock system. I'm just going to walk through most of the key components here on the website. Any of this can also be accessed via a tablet, whether it's an iPad or an Android tablet. Phones work as well, and some of the admin functions work the best when you're using them on a computer, but I think you'll find that the key features that need to be used in a truck will work there very well. So first things first, what you want to do is go ahead and pull up the website app.truckstock.net in your browser, and you can pull this up in the browser on your tablet or the one on your computer. You're going to go ahead and log in. What I'm going to start off with is logging in as a sample administrator account right now. You should have one of these for your business. If you do not, feel free to contact us and we will help you get that set up. Go ahead and log in as an admin. Show you around a few pieces of the back end. The biggest piece of the system I'll walk through here in this video is how to manage parts. If I go in here to manage parts, wait for just a second for my part list to come up, you'll see that I have several categories, starting with black pipe, and there are several different pieces of categories. And the key thing we notice here, and the biggest feature of Truckstock, is that we put in these separate columns for each of your types of trucks, or if you'd like, each individual truck itself. You can see that these hybrid trucks have much less of the black pipe than the install truck. Same thing with maintenance and the service truck. Each truck can have its own recipe per se of inventory on it, and this large sheet here shows all of that inventory. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom, and you can see that each type of truck has its own separate list. You can add or remove things from this if you're doing seasonal changes, or if you just decide that you need to increase or decrease stock to better keep your trucks fully equipped. We're going to scroll back up to the top, as most of this is the same. You will see that there is several columns in here. We have an internal part number, that's your code, the part name, the supplier. If you want to track cost, you can track that as well. This is really the biggest piece of the system. If I want to, I can click edit to actually edit the name and the codes about this, and this will allow me to make those changes. I can change these numbers anywhere I want to. I can change all of them at once, and then there's a save button down here at the very bottom of the page. Actually, that save button's at the very top of the page right here. So as I continue on, this is all the basis of what drives the system is this Truckstock, and as we continue on, that will be driving the individual trucks and what they see in their apps. Other administrative functions are pieces like managing the different trucks in your system, adding new users, and all of that can be done through the admin portion. I'm going to go ahead and log out of the site now, and then log back in as if I were a technician. Typically, this would be done on an iPad or a different type of tablet. And what you can do is you can add a shortcut to the home screen of your device to this particular page right here. Log in as a sample account here. Log right in. And what we recommend our customers do is go ahead and bookmark this request items link right here for their technicians. When a technician first gets here, they will see their specific list of stock on their trucks, and that's all that they will see. If you remember right, all of that black pipe, you don't see any of that here because that type of stock is not kept on this type of truck. As the technician is at the job site, he can simply come through and tap on the different pluses as to what he's used on that job. You'll notice I cannot keep tapping on the plus beyond this max number right here because that's all that's on the truck, and this is what builds the accountability of the system. Once everything has been chosen for the job, you can enter additional information about that job up here at the top. We can set up multiple departments if you want to track commercial, residential, and the like. You can also insert a job number. You can even insert a note as well if you want to put the job name. Once that's done, you have a chance to review the request. You can come in here and click warranty replacement if this is a warranty. If that's the case, you can enter warranty information about the customer as well as warranty information about any failed part that's under warranty, and all that will be passed to reporting on the back end. I don't need that at this time, so I'm going to uncheck that and go ahead and click submit request. and that is my request. So the concept behind this is that each technician out on the job will just do that after each of the jobs that they complete, and as that goes on throughout the day, their truck stock requests are fed back into the system, and back at the home office, they are made aware of those when they do any types of reporting, which is what I'm going to get to next. All right, so next I'm going to be back at the office. I'm going to go ahead and log out, log myself back in as this admin account. And now if I go to my home screen and I actually go to the fulfill request section, which is the next piece, what I will see here is any requests that have been made by technicians out in the field. Specifically, I will see the one that I just made a couple minutes ago. I also see one from previously. I don't think I pushed that job all the way through that I just completed. I should see it here, but for some reason I do not, and that's one of the benefits of doing a demo video, is it doesn't always work quite as planned. But what does happen in real time is that those requests are pushed back to the system and they appear here, and you can sign off on them. Once that's completed, I said these are all the parts that we've ordered. I've given them back to the technician. I can click Submit Fulfillments. That's completed. And then that is really all I need to do on the administrative side when those parts have been received, given back to the technician, and then they are then ready to put them back on their truck. That's the last step of the cycle, and to do that, I'll log back in as that truck user. Again, this would typically be done on their own iPad, and so they would not have to log in and out like I'm doing. Their last step is to receive that stock, and in this step, they are then coming in here to record all of the different pieces that they have received. And as you can see, this is listing parts that have not yet been fulfilled. These right here are the parts that I actually just requested a couple minutes ago, and that were not on my list on the administrative side. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and walk back through that system again, see if I can't figure out what went wrong. This is a piece certainly that you can do on your own as well, but certainly this is where these 4 parts I would like to see they're ready to put back in my truck, but as you saw just a minute ago, they were not listed there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and log out. Log back in as my administrative account. Come here to fulfill parts. I'm thinking really hard about why this is not working the way it should be. I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. I'll be right back once I have this figured out. All right, and I'm back. And I have figured out what went wrong. I was using a demo account from a completely different company. Demonstrates a couple features. One company cannot see another company's information, and when you're doing a demonstration, it is certainly advisable to use the same company's information on both sides. So I need to actually log in as a different administrative account here. Things will work much better when you actually follow the instructions on your script. So I log in here to fulfill Truckstock requests, and now what we can see is here are these requests that came through just a little earlier today. I've got all these parts, I've now ordered them, and they are being either sent to the technician directly, or they have been placed in a locker, or they're placed where they will pick them up. I'm going to go ahead and submit those fulfillments. And actually, I need to uncheck this box here because I'm not pulling these from my stockroom. We do have a stockroom feature where we can pull inventory from the stockroom if it exists there. In this case, I'm not doing that. That's all completed. So now I can actually properly log in as that technician again. And if I come back here to receive my request, which is what a technician does once they've got their parts back, you'll see that all those things I just posted are now here. I'm going to go ahead and just check all of them, fills in all the blanks, submit my review. Everything has been done. My truck is now fully stocked. Now, as a technician, I can come back at my next job site. I can go ahead and request more parts as I use them, and just this cycle repeats. The technician will typically use the request, obviously multiple times during the day. On the administrative side, you will fulfill requests possibly just once a day, once a week. That schedule is entirely up to you. You're going to log out and log back in as an administrator to show you just a few other features of the back end. I will log in as the correct administrator account here. All right, if I come over here to my administrative functions, I'm going to look at some of the reports I can pull. Just an example of one of these reports will be request logs is the most frequently used in the system. Gives you the ability to pull reports in a variety of different ways. Right now I'm going to pull this by truck, which will show me all the requests by truck. So if I had truck 1, truck 2, truck 3, each should be listed separately. I can also pull this by date, by job, by department, by part, or by supplier. If I pull this by part, would be a good example. I should be able to see my totals for each part. If I had done multiple requests on that part, you'd see all that detail listed here. There's a number of other reports in the system. Explore these if you'd like to on your own. There's some totals here that you can look at, some summary reports. Can also go in and check the available stock in the stock room or any particular truck to see what's on that truck or in that stock room at this given time. Here's an example of what that looks like. That's all the basic operations of the Truckstock system. It is designed to help you keep the right stock on your trucks, make your technicians efficient and accurate, keep all of your inventory where it needs to go. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.